What's up, guys? That was so bad. Oh my god. Anyway, we're rolling with it. Oh my god. Tried to do a pop-up thing. Anyways, here today we're at the Brook. It's your boy Ethan. Hope you're having a great day. All that fun stuff. We're at the Brook today in Seabrook, New Hampshire. This place I just drove in. I haven't gone in yet, but just driving in, I wish I brought my drone because this place is really nice. It looks really cool at first impressions. Driving in, there's this cool like circular circle thing. There's a big sign out front. It's a little bit different than most New Hampshire casinos. They're a little more like local, laid back, small scale. This one is a pretty huge building, so we'll see what's going on inside. Playing some poker today, and yeah, probably gonna play some 1-2-2-5. There's only 1-2-5 game running right now, so hopefully we can hop into that. We'll see how the action is, but there's a lot of 1-2 games. And yeah, trying a new place today. This place is called the Brook in Seabrook, New Hampshire. We'll get inside. I'll showcase some, I don't know, features of the room maybe, and we'll see how it goes. So wish us luck. We'll check in our new room.
Put it on the camera, the guys are shook.
What's going on, guys? After playing 1-2 for about 15 minutes, we lost about $36. Sitting into the 2-5 game right now, we have King Jack of Spades in the cutoff first hand in this video. I open up the action at $20, and only the big blind makes the call. First impressions, she's an older woman, probably playing a little bit tighter of a range. So we're going to see a flop, which comes 10-3-8, 2 hearts. Checks to me, and this is not going to be a board. We'll be c-betting against this specific opponent. King high, 2 overs, some backdoors. We check. Turn comes a 9, so improving to open-ended here. She throws out a bet of $25. I can go either way, but certainly going to be leaning towards a call given our open-ended draw, along with 2 overs. Let's go to a river, hoping to improve. It comes a 7. Here she checks, so probably an indication she doesn't have a straight, probably afraid of the 4-liner on the board. With that said, I try to throw out a smaller amount of $55 for value, hoping she can get a little bit sticky with top pair, maybe 2 pair. After thinking it over, she does make the call for 55. We show and take the first pot of the day down. Next hand we go, we have ace deuce offsuit in the small blind. It folds to me, and with an ace, I can either just limp or raise here, so opted to open things up to $15, and the big blind makes the call. Going to a flop, which comes jack 5-7 rainbow. I'm going to check, not really a board that hits us, and we're probably going to lose this one, but he checks it back. The turn comes the 6 of diamonds. Board is a lot more connected now. I think there's a flush draw out there. So once again, I just check. He bets now for $25. I think this is very interesting as he's sizing up on a wet board. I think a made hand or a hand with a pair is going to be betting the flop regardless of what happens. So blind versus blind, I think I can protect ace high against the multiple draws that can be out there. I'm not sure, but I can just defend ace high and see what happens. I'm just very unsure in blind versus blind situations. I call the 25 and we're off to a river. The river comes in ace, surprisingly. So, yeah, I think like out of all the rivers we can ask for, this is probably one that we should just bet for value with top pair. So, yeah, I throw out a bet of $45 and unexpectedly, he puts in the raise. Puts in the raise to $120, and I'm confused. I'm not really putting him on a bluff. I don't think he's overplaying Jack X. I'm just not sure, so I put him automatically on some sort of 2-pair holding. I don't know. Unfortunate the ace is here, and we're going to lose money here, but I think this is going to be a clear-cut fold, even though we did river the best river we could ask for. But if we're beat, we're beat. I fold. And he said he had a jack. So, nice bets. I'm not sure if he thought you were bluffing or not, but this kind of loose and aggressive image comes into a factor later on in this session. Here now, ace-10 offsuit in the small blind once again. There's an under the gun limp, and playing six-handed, let's just be a little bit more aggro with a decent ace. I raise things up to $25. The big blind player to my left makes the call, and under the gun limper calls as well. Going to a flop, which comes ace, jack, 8, 2 hearts. Okie dokie, top pair. Not too bad. I c-bet $50, and the big blind, like I said, he's been playing it pretty wide and very aggressive with draws and with some real marginal hands. He puts in the raise to $125. Under the gun gets out of the way, and here, very small raise, $75 more. It's a very easy defend, and obviously we're going to be a little bit more on the cautious side, but like I said, he is very aggressive and raises it up when he has a draw. So we make the call, and we're off to a turn. Turn comes the Queen of Clubs. Not really a card that I love, but it's not a heart, which is the most obvious draw he could be having here. So I check. Here, he throws out a bet of $200 with not a whole lot behind, with maybe $125. So now I go deep into the tank, and against a normal opponent, I would say this is just a pretty easy fold. But is he ever really able to overplay worst aces? I think that's also very likely given the past action. So he could have all of the worst aces actually. And I've seen him push it in with a draw like multiple times a few hands before. So it seems unlikely that we're up against nutted hands like 10-9 since we do block, I guess, 1-10 in our hand. And very less likely that he has ace-queen here since the queen came out. The only hand that I really see that I'm being beat by is jack-8. So I make the call, and we're going to see a river. The river is a 10. Okay. 4-liner to Broadway. Any king gets there. Maybe I sucked out against the worst two pair. I feel very indifferent about this since he has so little behind. So I check. He jams $126 total. He shows us king 7 of hearts. Nice hand, Brett.
Now he's officially made the vlog. I don't like it.
Yep. Next interesting hand of note, we have ace 7 of clubs in +1. I open up the action to $45. The player to my left once again makes the call. He's very active on this table. Player that I just doubled up. And the cutoff makes the call as well. So 3 ways out of position to a flop, which comes deuce 3-5 rainbow. I guess, I don't know, not really the best board in the world. Certainly could check, but, well, I think we're stuck and we're a little hyper aggressive. So we throw out a bet of $35. The player to my left raises us to $75, and when it folds to me, I just have to call for $40 more. We have a gutter ball, we have 2 overs, we have backdoor flush draws. Let's make the call and evaluate a turn. Turn is pretty darn good. It's the Queen of Clubs. So we improve to our nut flush draw. I check, and he throws out another bet of $115. I'm thinking in my head, hey, easy call, easy decision, but do we want to push up the variance? And against this specific player, I think I do. His raising range on the flop here isn't necessarily nutted to 2-pair hands. Probably does have a pair at least, but I don't think he has any sets, 2 pairs, or straights. It's just a lot wider than normal. So if I do raise here, I do have some fold equity against him. But the weird thing is that we're not really playing too deep. But anyways, I just go for it because we want to push up the variance and hopefully get lucky on the river. We raise it up to $350, and like I said, it's weird because I only have about $300 behind in my stack. So now, given this raise, he tanks for a while, and the main thing he's saying is that he doesn't believe that I have ace-4. It looks like he wants to fold, but he thinks about it and makes the call. So let's try to improve. Let's see it. The river comes the Jack of Diamonds. That's not it for us, and we're in a really tough spot because we only have $300 left in my stack. The pot has ballooned up big time. But, I don't know, maybe we can just fold out some marginal hands. I'm not sure. But I just rip it in there. I think I'm a little too stubborn in this spot. But here we are, ripping it all in. Only way to win is for a fold. But he thinks about it. Ends up making the call. I say good call. And he shows us 4-5 offsuit. So I did have a little bit of fold equity. Maybe a check jam on the river would have worked out the best. But here we are losing more money than we should have. I don't even know what to say. Action is crazy. Unfortunately, I got moved to the main game that doesn't look as action-packed, which really sucks because I just punted off a lot of money. That's it. Nice hand, Brett. I doubled him up twice, which is fun. Yeah, so we got moved to the main game. We'll see. The action, like I said, doesn't look great in this main game, but who knows? We're gonna hop back in there, maybe grind out a little bit more, but so far it has not been great. It has not been great at all. So onto this new table we go. We have 5-7 of clubs in +1. The under the gun player open limps, and I'm going to raise this up to $25. This table is super passive and a little nitty, so I'm going to just be opening up my range, and I don't need any excuse to do so. I just do it. The under the gun player makes the call of my raise, and we're going heads up in position. The flop comes Jack 6 deuce 2 clubs, so when he checks to me, I c-bet $35 with our club draw, and he makes the call for $35. Going to a turn which comes a 5 now, so awesome. Pair plus flush draw, now we're certainly going with it. He instead leads out into me for $50 now, and obviously I'm just never folding. We'll see what happens when we make the call. Hopefully we can improve. The river is another 5. Wow, that is perfect. We improve and go runner, runner, trips. Makes this hand a lot more easy to play, and even easier, he decides to rip his entire stack in for $400. A $400 jam, I river trips. This is the easiest snap call ever, so very curious to see what he has. He rolls over King 10 of clubs. I'll take it. This is the first time something good has happened to me today. Finally chipping up just a little bit.
Floor chips, table 3.
Next hand, we pick up Ace 8 of hearts on the button. There's an under the gun limp, and here in position, I raise it up to $25. The big blind makes the call, and a few notes about him. He jammed $700 into a $100 pot as a bluff earlier. So just something to note, I guess. So that's it. So we're going heads up to a flop, which comes Ace, Ace, Deuce, Rainbow. He checks to me, and considering how bluff heavy he could be, I decided to just slow play my flopped trips and check it back. Turn comes the 10 of hearts. It improves us to our nut flush draw somehow. So that's crazy. So he checks once again, unfortunately, and definitely going to have to put money in the middle. I throw out a bet of $50, almost a pot-sized bet, and he makes the call for $50. Going to a river, which is now another deuce. He checks, and I have no idea what I can get value from at this point. Maybe he can be tricky with a 10. I really don't think he has a deuce, but we'll see. I bet on the larger side, just hoping he has a hand. Maybe he can just be sticky with a 10. I bet $125. Puts in a chip for a call. Show our ace, our full house, and we are taking this one down. Next spot, King 10 of diamonds in the hijack. I opened it up to $20, and both blinds make the call. So we're going multi-way to a flop, which comes 3, 4, 5, all clubs. When action checks to me, yeah, we're not going to punt away on this flop just yet. I check it back, and basically just giving up now. The turn comes the 10 of spades, and we improve the top pair. Pretty good kicker. Small blind throws out a bet of $50, and here, facing a larger bet, probably going to be on a club draw very often, maybe the ace or king of clubs. So I make the call and defend with top pair. River is another 6, so it's a 6 of spades. The club draw that I assume he has bricks out. Once again, he bets $75, and although I am bluff catching here, I don't think I can fold after turning top pair, so I make the call. If he has a 6, so be it. He shows us 8, 9 of clubs, flopped the flush, pretty good hand for him, so nice hand, sir. We just can't really get on a winning streak. Well, no better time to get on a winning streak than right now with pocket queens in +1. I open up the action at $20, and the player to my left, he moved from the must to the main, same player as the previous hands, who's playing fairly wide and aggro. He 3-bets us to $45. This is music to our ears. It folds to me, and against this player, we're out of position. I think this is a perfect spot to 4-bet, since it seems like he doesn't believe me when he did call down with 4-5 and third pair there. So, yeah, good spot to 4-bet pre. I go with a sizing to $150. Not thinking too long, he just rips his whole stack in there for about $500 total. Well, I'm never folding.
No, we're not folding.
He runs pretty good too. I've never seen him like that. I usually don't play Hold'em, so I don't know. I'm not on the team.
That is the
Except in
worst flop
tournaments.
I could ever
Yeah,
ask
not
for.
me.
Yeah, that's the worst flop I could ever ask for. Nice hand.
Oh my god. That's it.
Fuck. That's it. That's a mid-session update. Fuck. Next hand of note. Pocket 5s on the button. Folds to me, and I open things up to $20 with a pair. Small blind, the same player that we've been battling out with, basically. He 3-bets us to $50. And folds to me, and like for $30 more, obviously. We're just never folding a pair against him in position. Got the positional advantage. We're going to see a flop. Flop is King, Queen, 6 rainbow. We flop the under pair, and you're asking yourself, why the hell is this hand important? Well, he c-bets $75, and this is a really good board for his 3-betting range. But it's this specific player who can bluff very, very often. He can overbluff a ton. So I'm stuck a bunch. I don't really believe him. Let's give him some action. I call 75. The turn comes the 4 of diamonds and brings in the backdoor flush draw. With all things considered, if I'm going to call on that flop with an underpair, it's nice to see a card below my pair. So here, once again, he leads out for $175. There is absolutely no logic in calling this, besides the fact that I'm just tilted, annoyed, and if there was a player to call against it, this would be him. So, yeah, we once again make the call for $175, and we're going to a river. The river is the 7 of diamonds. Backdoor diamonds gets there. He checks, and if I thought I was good the whole way, there's no need to bluff at it now. I check it back, and he doesn't look happy. He shakes his head, looks at me, and I tell him I have a pair, show him my pocket 5s, and he shows us ace-8 offsuit. So lucky to, I don't know, win this one. Lucky to be tilted in the right spots, but there's this hand. The night is winding down. We have the last hand of the session. We have 5-6 of spades under the gun, and I open things up to $20 because this is the last hand of the session, basically. The player to my left makes the call, action player, and the cutoff 3-bets to $115. He's been quiet this whole time, and this is a huge 3-bet in position. I also have no real way to justify this. I make the call because I want to play it. I'm tilted. And his 3-bet sizing is massive, but putting him on jacks plus here. So we're going to a flop which comes 10-7-6 rainbow. Flopping bottom pair is something, but not really good for us. I check, and surprisingly and luckily for us, he checks it back. So probably maybe ace-king, ace-queen hand. I don't really know if he's going to be checking back and balancing with overpairs necessarily. So we're going to a turn which comes the 8 of clubs, brings in a backdoor flush draw, so unfortunately not spades. But this board smashes my range, and we're just going to have to rep it. I throw out a bet of $125. Since there's a 4-liner out there, I have a bunch of 9s, a bunch of 2 pairs. And surprisingly, he makes the call, which I'm really not that comfortable with. Maybe ace-king of clubs, ace-queen of clubs, I don't know. But we're going to a river, which comes the deuce of spades. It's a total brick, and I have a decision to make. I can check and give up and hopefully go to showdown against ace high, or I can bet pretty large to fold out any of his overpairs. I think, like, unless you have aces or kings, it's going to be pretty hard to call with queens or jacks in this spot. So I size up to $340, really just trying to fold out all of his 1 pairs. Luckily, he makes the fold pretty quickly, and we won 2 hands in a row to end the night. I mean, we've all had days like this, and all I have to say is that it's very disappointing. I think it's very cool, though. I'm walking towards a fire pit with actual heat. It's very cold, and this looks very, very cool. So that's, I'm trying to be positive. I don't know. It's very disappointing. I don't know. Today's just disappointing. Like I said, we've all had days like this, and I don't even know the totals. I'm gonna put the totals up here. I was in for like a very weird amount, like 24.67 or something like that, and I was out for 13 something. I don't know. I didn't play great. I obviously did not run well, and obviously I lost more than I should have with that ace-7 hand. But I don't know, man. It is what it is. Things just kind of sucked, but I mean, I was able to maybe rally a little bit back at the very end there. Just basically by being a donk, but it worked out. So I don't know. Tonight did not work out. Anyways, thanks for watching. Leave a like if you enjoyed. That's the video. I'm out. Wish us luck next time. We'll see how it goes. Peace.